In college football 25, this offense I think is going to be one of the more underrated offenses at the beginning of the year. This is an offense that is in the air raid playbook in Madden 24, so I'm going to be going over just the concepts of it with you guys here today. And we're going to have full ebooks literally day one of college football 25. I've got a ton of plans over there for the game. We're going to be doing a full year of content, 3 videos a day on this channel, and we're also going to be doing several ebooks. So make sure that you are signed up for our school website, school.com/Cody Ballard. The link to that's going to be in the description below. It's the best way to support me as a creator, and it allows you to get access to all of my offensive and defensive ebooks for both college football 25 and for Madden 25. So I think that this offense is, after kind of watching some of the gameplay that we saw today, I think that this offense is going to be really, really good. It's the gun trips out of the air raid. It has a couple of unique routes that you can't really hot route. It has this sharp cutting post to the slot receiver out of the play middle slant. It has this really cool kind of crossing type route from the solo receiver out of the play sail. It has the glitchy fade. It has 2 different RPOs, 3 different RPOs within it. And then it also has, where was that other play at? The play fade stops could be a big play potential. I'll show you to use that as well. And then stick wheel, another really good play. So a lot of good concepts in this formation. And I think this can be a fun little offense to run in college football, because we know that college football, these hash marks would matter a lot more. So, for example, even though, as you see, I have the quarterback is, basically on this left hash mark, that left hash mark, imagine if the quarterback was standing where the defensive end is on your screen. That's how much space you're going to have on that right side, which is why spread sets are typically better in college, right? So anyways, let's go ahead and go through some setups for you that I think is going to be really good. First and foremost, from just looking at things, cover 2 is really not usable in college football 25. But if you do want to basically figure out an easy solution to beating cover 2, we're going to flat this slot receiver. We're going to streak this solo receiver. And then on the left side, you can really do whatever you want on this backside here. Really, I think something easy is just a simple comeback route with a running back in route, something like this. But what you're going to see here is with the cover 2, this fade on the right side is going to be a big play against that cover 2 shell. So you have a big play potential against cover 2. Another thing that you have within this formation is the ability to be able to do something like this, where you can float the running back across the formation, which I think is super good. And what you're going to see here is this is a way we can manipulate cover 2 just with a simple, drag, basic combo like this. And what you're going to see is this deep half is going to really fan out to go guard the wheel, and you'll see that this post or cross or whatever you want to call it is going to be wide open. So we'll show this play again. And you can just leave this out route on the right if you want to. That's perfectly fine if you kind of whatever you want to do on the right. But the big thing here is the post in combination with that wheel. And as you can see, this has big play potential against cover 2. And then you have fade stops, which is really good because you can actually, in college football, you can do what's called custom route stems. So if you look at this play, just kind of, let me actually go grab cover 4. But if you look at the play that I'm showing you, let me grab cover 4 drop, and we'll utilize fade stop. So you see how this is like a crossing route if you kind of look at it like this. But if I smart route this route, you're going to see that route stem is able to be smart routed up. And so it's going to allow that route to run significantly bigger. So what I can do is I can streak the slot receiver. I have this guy on kind of this little post, this deep post. And then I can just do something as simple as dragging the backside receiver. And now I have potential to be able to have a big hitting play against both cover 3 and cover 4, right? Now, you're going to need just a little bit more separation there. This is where I think the hash marks is going to make a little bit bigger of a difference. And I'll show cover 3 and cover 4 as well. But I just think something as simple as a drag to kind of pull these zones down. And then you're just going to wait on this. Really throw that to the left. I'd probably possession catch it. You see big play potential against cover 4. Now, it's even better against cover 3, right? Cover 4, because of that inside quarter, is going to be a little bit better. But let's say let's say they are running like a cover 3 coverage. Notice how that third is just going to sit right there just like that. And this is a one-play score against cover 3. So you have big play potential against cover 3, you have big play potential against cover 4, big play potential against cover 2, big play potential against cover 2 man under. So like if they were running cover 2 man, which a lot of people are running that right now, all we would need to do to beat this for a one-play score, float the running back to the left, throw him on a wheel route. That's just going to pull that deep half on the left side. And then oftentimes this post, I keep calling it a post. It's really more of a crosser. Let me show this to you again. This crossing route to the solo is going to get open. Now, you can literally do whatever you want on the right. Like any 3-man route combo you want to run on the right, go for it. But the main thing I want to show you is that route is going to be consistent for you against man-to-man. And then what about let's say cover 1 robber, right? Because a lot of people, let's say, how would we do against cover 1 robber? So if they put a middle third there, then what you're going to be able to do is your wheel route is oftentimes going to get separation against man. You'll see kind of right when he cuts up. And there he doesn't have the speed to be able to get the separation we were hoping for. But in general, there are plenty of ways. Like one of the easiest ways to attack cover 1, let me show that real quick, is with the sail play. And the reason why this is good against cover 1 is because you have this glitchy fade route on the right. And so this fade, you'll see kind of once he gets that separation from that corner, he's now one-on-one over the top for a potential big play. So you have a lot of big play potential within the offense is what I'm trying to get at. The other thing you have is this RPO read bubble, right? So you see here, a lot of times this bubble screen is going to be there for you. Another play you have, and I would personally advise, if you're going to call this play, I would personally advise coming out in the play. Because if you don't come out in the play, for some reason, they move a little bit. So this RPO read screen, I'll show you. Let me grab that cover 4. So this RPO read screen is really, really good because you're reading that defender. So at first it's like a read option, of course. And then let's say they run down to the quarterback, to the running back. Then you can keep it with your quarterback, and you can actually just run out, and have lead blockers there if you wanted to, kind of like a read option. Then the other thing this is good for is we know that in Madden, this is also going to change who the read key is. And so you see he'll kind of have to, it basically loses them it loses them a player in defense to be able to stop this, right? So this is a very good RPO. It's probably one of the top 5 RPOs in college football. So you have the RPO, you have big play potential, and then you just have what I would call simple dots. For example, see how they moved there? That's why I would come out in this RPO if you were actually wanting to call it. But we have what I would call simple, good passing concepts. One of them is this play sail. What you can do, there's a lot of things you could do with the custom route stems. You could smart route that out route to about 15 yards, let him cut, and then just run a true, like a sail concept, like a true sail concept. And this would run even deeper than this because as you see, a curl flat can defend that. But if I was to put that back to about, 15 yards, then it's going to put a little bit more strain on that. To illustrate that, we'll just do this corner route, but something simple like this this route combo right here is really good. And the reason the out route's going to be a little bit better than the corner is because the out route is going to get separation. It's not going to get really played by the deep blue zone. So we'll go over the play slot corner as well. So slot corner, a little different. You see how I have this guy right here? So what I can do with slot corner that's super good, if I wanted to attack cover 2, for example, let me go back to that. So let's say I want to attack this cover 2 coverage. A lot of times what you can do is, basically just call this play, and you have the seam streak that's going to get in that area of that cover 2. Another thing, let's say, as you saw right there, it was just a little inconsistent. So what we could even do if we wanted to is we could go slot corner, and basically something like this. And now there's a lot more strain on that deep half. So see how he stays out there. And then this is a one-play score up the middle again. So there's multiple ways to get to a one-play touchdown potential. The other thing about slot corner is you have a sharp cutting corner route. There are not a lot of these in the game. So this is why this is really good. And you can custom route stem it. So you can custom route stem this corner route to go, 15 yards, kind of like the out route. But this is really good. You'll see right here, because it's a sharp corner route, he's going to really cut sharply to the sideline, which is going to help prevent any kind of, deep out zone player or anything like that over there. Another thing you have in this offense is you can run this essentially like a high-low read. I love this play right here. This crosser just gets in a really good spot. It's kind of like double post. So you see I can kind of throw it with that clear-out streak. Once he clears out all the deep blue zones, then I'm able to throw the crosser underneath of it. Another thing we talked about with the wheel routes, but the play middle slant, if you were to motion the back to the left, put them on a wheel, now we know this concept is super good. And so what we can do is we're putting a lot of strain on that left side, and we can throw that C route a lot. Again, we have custom route stems to be able to make that go to whatever depth we want. But beauty of this C route is that it is a sharp cutting C route, right? So it's going to really sharply cut, whereas the Hot Route Master one is a little more rounded. So that sharp cut is really good because the deep blue defenders really are not going to be able to defend it. And again, hopefully you're catching kind of one of the things that I'm trying to drive home here. You have a lot of things in this playbook that are unique routes. You have a lot of good, unique routes, and that is what makes this really effective. But with fade stops, you could do a couple different things with this. You could run the play like this. I probably would advise to go ahead and put him on a Hot Route Master post or a crosser. If you wanted to run the old traditional Y cross concept, super good. There, I just did not throw the ball to the flat, but the Y cross play is still you have the cross concept. So let me explain that from it's like middle slant. You see how we have this post? If we could have that here, that would be a little bit more ideal. Another thing I was kind of messing around with middle slant is kind of interesting, but just take the running back, put him on a streak to solo, motion this guy inside, put him on a flat immediately, and then you're going to snap the ball. And this is going to kind of recreate like a Durham type of idea. But this post route from middle slant is really, really, really good. It's really effective. So you have that route. You have fade stops, which if you streak this to player, even if you just did a combo like this with a backside drag, this will beat a lot of people, right? You're going to see right here, I can throw this before he gets to that quarter. Pretty good play. So there's just a lot in this formation that you have that you really don't have in other formations. And it also is really perfectly spaced, right? That is a big, big deal. Another thing you could do, let's say you're running this play. You want to go to slot corner. We're going to motion this guy across the formation, and we're going to run a little combo like this. This is also a really good combo, right? Because now you're taking that post, and you're turning it into that corner, and you're turning it more into a post route, right? That is super effective. So you could do that. Another way that you could use this play, because everybody has Hot Route Master, you could run, which I called the wrong play, but basically this combo right here, and this is a great little kind of trail combo over the middle where this running back's going to be kind of a pain. It's going to help you beat man-to-man. So this is just a little bit of an idea of what you can do, what's possible, but I do think this is one of the best day one schemes out of the air raid playbook in Madden, but it's going to be really good in college football. So if you enjoyed this little breakdown, if you want more stuff like this, make sure that you're subscribed to the channel. We're going to be doing a ton of college football content, 3 videos a day. In addition to that, we're going to do a ton of ebooks this year for college. Really excited. There's a lot of playbooks to dive into. So if you want to sign up for our school community, that's where you'll get access to all of my full ebooks. The link to sign up for that school community is going to be down in the description below, or just type into your web browser, school.com/Cody Ballard, and sign up today for just $10.